What's up, folks? We are going to talk about a guy who was at the top of multiple different sports, at extreme sports at the same time. A guy who changed a lot of things in terms of extreme sports overall, known as one of the forefathers or godfathers of extreme sports. Extreme. And a guy who absolutely did change mountain biking forever. Nickname, Palm Daddy or Napalm. We're talking about Shaun Palmer today, and here's why he is one of the most influential people and one of the people who changed mountain biking forever. Let's talk about it. All right, over the years, mountain biking has had plenty of legends, but few have really shaken things up like Shaun Palmer did. He's a snowboarder turned downhill racer, essentially. Palmer didn't just ride fast, really. He brought a whole entirely new attitude to the sport. He had a rock star personality, aggressive riding style, and he brought in some ridiculous and groundbreaking sponsorship deals. Basically, he changed the face of mountain biking in ways that we still feel and see today. Shaun Palmer was born in 1968 in California, where he grew up with a natural inclination towards extreme sports. He was raised in South Lake Tahoe area, so of course he was drawn to snowboarding, motocross, anything that gave him, we'll say, an adrenaline rush. He was never one to follow rules, and his rebellious streak made him stand out early on. Snowboarding came as his first major passion, which he quickly made a name for himself as one of the sport's pioneers. So snowboarding at a professional level, his ability to kind of push boundaries both in style and performance set the stage for what he would later do in mountain biking. Before Palmer hit the downhill scene in the mid-90s, mountain biking had a very different vibe. Racers were serious, professional, often came from a cross-country background. And then Palmer showed up, known for his wild style in snowboarding and motocross. It was already known. He took that kind of same energy, channeled it into downhill mountain biking. He had tattoos, baggy jerseys, no-nonsense attitude, and a whole ton of confidence. He looked and acted nothing like the traditional mountain biker, and that's exactly what the sport needed at the time. Despite being new to competitive mountain biking, Palmer was a natural. In '96, he nearly won the UCI Mountain Bike World Championships, finishing second to the legendary Nico Vullo, who had been racing his entire life. Obviously, Palmer's been doing extreme sports his entire life as well, so it's not like he never practiced. But the fact that Palmer was a relative newcomer and he could come so close to making to the title, it shocked everyone and proved that downhill racing was about more than just technique. It was about raw skill and confidence and technique. Now, he brought a lot of money into mountain biking as well. Palmer played a huge role in changing how mountain biking was perceived in the wider sports world. Before him, mountain biking sponsorships were pretty modest and the athletes weren't making much money. But Palmer was already a major name in snowboarding, and he had already secured massive sponsorship deals there, including bringing into mountain biking a contract with Mountain Dew and Specialized. This didn't just give him financial security, but it also showed the industry that mountain biking could attract some serious investment, paving the way for future riders to actually earn real money in mountain biking. Another major impact Palmer had on the sport was the style. He made downhill racing cooler. It was kind of different than cross country at this point then. His influence went beyond just what he wore. He kind of brought an entirely new aesthetic in the way he acted, the way he dressed, and the way he behaved. Made it feel more extreme, more rebellious, and more appealing to younger riders. Suddenly, mountain biking wasn't just something for hardcore cyclists. In fact, you kind of abolished the word cyclists, changed it to bikers. It was something that appealed more to now skateboarders, snowboarders, motocross fans. Put it in a new category. Palmer's influence didn't fade as he stepped away from full-time racing. His fearless attitude, his bold style, and his ability to challenge the status quo left a lasting mark on mountain biking that we still see today. Many of today's top mountain bikers cite him as major inspiration. Some now are probably young enough that they didn't even grow up watching him. But the industry as a whole still benefits from the energy that he injected into the sport and the way that he brought that into more of an extreme sports category. Without Shaun Palmer, mountain biking might have taken much longer to evolve into the high energy, high profile sport that is today, or have needed to take or wait for someone else like him to come along. He proved that talent and personality matter just as much as the training and discipline. Essentially, the talent and personality that you have and the charisma that you have can attract people and interest to the sport, and that's also needed. It's not necessarily just about what you do on the course. Sometimes you do need to bring attention to the sport as well. He didn't just race, really, right? He didn't come there and just race and win. He changed the way the sport was perceived. He revolutionized the sport at a time where it was kind of just in the beginning stages. So Shaun Palmer is legendary because his impact on the sport turned the sport in a divergent path that set it onto where it is today. There's no way we'd be where we are today with mountain biking if it weren't for Shaun Palmer. Legend.